What is good, everybody? We are here for the year-end awards. I'm hyped to give it out, so without further ado, let's get started with it. Let me just pull everything up real quick. Alright, just give it a sec.
Babe.
What is good, everybody?
I need to get the address. I need to ask her.
Alright, guys, without further ado, let's go. So, first award that we're giving out is CFF Fighter of the Year. This one obviously is a big award, you know what I'm saying? It's hype. So we gotta give this shit out. I'm personally excited for this. Obviously, it's a CFF fighter that's had the most impact on the league over the year. The guy that did the most stuff. And without further ado, the winner of CFF Fighter of the Year is Shabanga. The dual console champion. Shabanga went 12-1, sorry, in 2025. Took one loss by decision and had a 100% finish rate when it comes to his victories. So, you know, he's one of those guys. Shout out to Shabanga. And yeah, Fighter of the Year. And on to the next one, we got Breakout Fighter of the Year. So this is a little different. This is someone that came out kind of halfway through the year or something like that. The fighter that had a breakout career in the last year or so. And without further ado, the winner of Breakout Fighter of the Year, Declan McGregor, just ended the year off with a bang with becoming featherweight champion. So there was no doubt about it that he was going to win Breakout Fighter of the Year. And yeah, yo, what's good, Stan? What's good, Stan? And let's see. On to the next one. The CFF Prospect of the Year. The fighter that had the most hype as a prospect in the CFF. So the guy that had the most hype coming into the league as a prospect. Without further ado, Lachlan Wallace, ladies and gentlemen. The guy came in here 3-0, ending the year with a bang, with a win over Sweet Smith O'Malley. He's looking to go in for big things, 2026. That's what he's looking for. Shout out to Stan, though, in the chat. Everybody, Stan, the bantamweight champion, fighting at CFF CFF 47. Sorry, my bad. I mixed up my own. I don't even know. It's early in the morning, my boys. But anyways, shout out to Stan, and on to the next one. Fight of the Year. Oh, this fight, honestly, I'm excited for this. I think everybody can agree on this. CFF 32, the winner, Fight of the Year, Top G Shooter versus LeBron for the heavyweight title. That fight was insane. If you guys were there and you watched that fight, oh my god. it was crazy. And not only that, CFF 32 was one of the biggest events of the year. And yeah, the most hyped fight of the year. This one was very, very hard for a lot of things. Like it's very hard, but honestly, I went around and checked the views, checked everything, checked the Discord inboxes for the most talk about each fight. And this fight right here ended up being the one that won by a landslide, actually. So let's go to it. The winner of the most hyped fight of the year, CFF 37 main event, Zay Diaz versus Shabanga. Zay Diaz obviously defending his featherweight championship that night. Wasn't successful. That's the night that Shabanga entered himself in the division and became the featherweight champion, knocking out Zay in the 5th round. And wow, what a ride it's been since that. That feels like ages ago at this point, but that's crazy. But yeah, to the next one. This one, let's go. Stan, I know that you're in chat, and I'm sorry I have to show this, bro. I'm sorry. But knockout of the year goes to the boy, the man himself, Khalil, for that nasty spinning head kick. I'm sorry, Stan, that I had to show this, but let's just say it's AI, you know what I'm saying? But this knockout was insane. If you were there and you saw it, wow. Also the fastest knockout in CFF championship history as well. So what a finish. That's no doubt about it. The knockout of the year. Yeah. Had everybody in the booth going crazy. And there was some runner-ups, but this knockout, dude, was fucking insane. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? So, CFF champion of the year. This was a tie. Honestly, this was a tie between two people. And it's... So, my personal opinion in this, obviously it was a vote, but my personal opinion was that it was either Stan or Khalil that were champion of the year, because Stan was the man who went up and going back, you know, he lost the lightweight title, lost the BMF title, came back, won the lightweight title, ended up losing that, came back, won the bantamweight title. That man is different, but Khalil's kind of on the same boat, you know what I mean? He was the first ever King of the Cage champion, which was an old BMF title that we used to have back in the day. We got rid of that title. He became welterweight champion, vacated that. Then he went to featherweight, won the featherweight championship. So honestly, it's a tie between Stan and Khalil, but champion of the year goes to Khalil Guillory. Honestly, but you know, either or, I personally think it's a tie between him and Stan. Both of them did great things. And shout out to Stan, shout out to Khalil. Khalil, though, gets the award. And yeah, title fight of the year, ladies and gentlemen. The most high-stake title fight of the year. This one was one we had recently, honestly, but it was very high stake. It was very, very important, I guess you could say, you know what I'm saying? So, on to it. Title fight of the year, Icelanders versus Shabanga. When Slenders became featherweight champion, handing Shabanga his first ever loss in CFF. Honestly, was a crazy night. CFF Ecuador, that was. And yeah. Championship performance of the year. The championship performance that had everybody becoming a fan of that champ. That is honestly what this award is about. So without further ado, let's go. Championship performance of the year goes to Shabanga for when he became dual console champion. The first ever dual console champion in CFF history. the man, the myth, the legend, Shabanga did it. And it was a crazy, crazy time. Honestly, definitely this award is, in all fairness, goes to Shabanga. So, yeah. On to the next one. Beef of the year. This one also is, honestly, like, this one right here is kind of tough because, it kind of takes up two of the beef awards. So honestly, it's the most heated rivalry and beef of the year goes to Azmat versus Yanis. These guys would not stop blowing up the Discord. They would not stop chatting shit. They had two fights. Yanis taking the first one, Azmat taking the third. I feel like we need a tiebreaker, but maybe that's something we'll see in the future. Who knows? Yanis and Azmat, these guys were absolutely chatting shit the whole time. And yeah. The what the fuck moment of the year. No hands down. Honestly, I think this award is one of the funnest ones that we give out. But ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's give it out. Shay Davis takes the what the fuck moment award of the year after he knocked out Khalil, ending his undefeated run in the CFF, handing him his first ever loss as well at welterweight. It was crazy. If you were watching, you might have heard me. I went crazy in the booth. I was like, what the fuck? Because honestly, it wasn't looking too good for Shay. But Shay locked in, caught him with an uppercut, and just put him out, taking the welterweight champion. Shay, also a dual weight class champion like Stan, lightweight and welterweight. So, shout out to Shay. But Khalil ended up getting finished that night, and Shay got the award. So, shout out to him. Biggest shock of the year, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last award that we will be giving out today. And it's the biggest shock of the year. Without further ado, let's go. Yanis defeats Azmat Nurmagomedov to become lightweight champion. Honestly, I don't think a lot of people had this in their books. They didn't think that this was going to happen. I believe he was 8-1 underdog going into the fight, and he still came out and won by decision. So yeah, biggest shock of the year by far. And yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. The CFF End of the Year Awards. Honestly, it's what a year it's been. I want to say thank you to everybody that's tuned in and watched all the events and everything like that. Everybody who's tuned in, played the league. Yeah, and we're looking forward to an even bigger 2026. We got more stuff coming, especially for the first little bit of 2026. We already got our first event announced for 2026, CFF 47. So we're getting close to CFF 50, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be having a big celebration for CFF 50. So make sure you're there when that gets announced. But for now, we'll focus on the upcoming events. CFF Russia this Friday. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, what a way to end the year. Shout out to Stan in the chat for tuning in. My brother, I appreciate it. And yeah, guys, shout out to everybody. I want to say thank you as well for making CFF such a fun league. And, it's been great. Look forward to a 2026 that's amazing. And I wish everybody a great, happy new year. And, yeah. Cheers.